then, so Laura called EPA and said, well, this is your end loader. Here's what it's going to cost. And,
They said
so apparently it was, the budget adjustments for 16,000 some change was from EPA. The landfill had put 3,000 in. So it was about $20,000 to overhaul that loader.
Yeah.
EPA.
Which was the loader?
I don't, is it 50,000?
Yeah.
Was it brand new?
No, it's a used loader, yeah.
Then we bought it from, a reputable dealer,
Bought from Randall's, didn't
we
you?
got from Randall Brothers, and they're, you know, sometimes it's just unfortunately one of those things.
I went back to Randall's and said so. Of course, they probably bought it.
I thought Kimball did.
Oh, did he? Okay.
So, if there's no further discussion, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hoffman?
Yes.
Glenn Miller?
Yes, budget adjustments have been approved. There's more than one sheet that moves right along. Do we have any pledge or anything?
Get her done. I kind of wanted that Christmas vacation where they did the bottom of the month.
Yes.
That's special. That was a good one.
Sparkling flying everywhere.
Yeah.
That's always, that's a good movie to watch anytime of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clark takes Eddie to the grocery store with him, and his mother and he's out
Yeah.
Or, he's draining his, tank,
Well, that,
smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
Dumping it in the sewer, yeah.
isn't that, the one that's RV where they have to drain the tank on that thing? Oh my God, that's terrible.
That was maybe paying, transportation one time.
Yeah. Wanna look at it?
Yeah.
Look at it, let's do it.
Sure, it said second.
Yep.
Second quarter or something like that.
Okay. Okay, that's,
Is that quarterly?
yeah.
Or is this?
Apparently.
I would guess, yeah.
I bet it's the second half.
Second
that could be
half,
too.
yeah, because I thought it was like 60, I think it is second half, I think you're right.
Okay.
So otherwise it'd be 120,000, that's
Yeah.
too much.
That's way too much, yeah.
I was like, you know, my father-in-law, when he was alive, he qualified to be driven to where he wasn't gonna go with other guys because he didn't want to sit there and wait. You know, so if they all, you know, there's a group that goes to Ann Arbor, VA, they just.
I don't think they would enjoy it, though, just kind of first thing.
Why would these two be,
They're men, and, you know, they're retired, and they're busy. Even though they're busy is absolutely
nothing
nothing
to
to do.
Yeah, gotta get back home and sit in the chair.
Yeah.
I know. Why would these two be the same time?
They finally sent me the first quarter along with the second quarter.
All because of the
I think it just got lost in the
shuffle.
in
Okay.
the process of.
Okay.
of
They're
this
not, I mean, they're
COVID
kind
thing.
of,
Yeah.
they're just now, because I sent them a bill for the rent, and just now getting around to
Okay.
But I get it, COVID,
Yeah.
They
held
should-
everything off.
At first, but they
Well,
should
they
have.
closed down, didn't
It
they?
should be good.
They're still all working, but from home.
Yeah, so,
Laura's been for the last month, has been working on, they were tasked by their leadership, extension leadership, to plan out a full-blown junior fair, as if, and then tasked to, come up with alternatives. So their group, Bruce Clevenger's the head of it, however, about 5 or 6 extension offices are under him, however that,
that's changed twice now since I've been a commissioner.
Yeah, and they were to work on alternate plans
Good thing they did.
for judging and,
Yeah, and I think before they came up with that, remember that was were you in here then, Ray, when they got that first group? We questioned that, we were supposed to pay something towards that, and how in the hell, we said, well, we don't even have a, oh yeah, but it'll work, now they changed it again. Yeah, well, I can't remember.
again, that, Dr.,
Yeah, what was it?
Cindy's and stuff.
Cindy,
Yeah,
I don't know where she disappeared to.
bet she's there someplace drawing a big paycheck.
If nothing else, she could teach.
Yeah.
Okay, would there be a motion to approve then and now?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Just for the record, there wasn't anything unusual, in there. And, so with that, Christine?
Chuck Myers.
Yes.
Bob Huss.
Yes.
Bob Bob.
Yes, then and now, been approved.
Okay.
Do you follow Farm Bureau much, Bob?
Not too much.
This, I think her first name is Victoria Lesko, fairly young, 48. She was the vice president of basically communication, and I've run into her and met her at a meeting
Okay.
at Ohio State University.
Okay.
She passed away this past week.
What was her name?
Victoria, I believe it's Lesko, or
I didn't know. I did not hear about that. I did not hear about that. Huh. How old of a lady was she?
48.
Wow.
Yeah. So, there's never any,
Yeah.
the official news releases. Never.
Yeah. No, I did not know that. Huh.
Yeah, she was extremely knowledgeable when it came to ag issues and just how to navigate
Yeah. Get around.
the landscape there in Columbus.
Hmm. Okay. Do we have any bills left?
Potential stamp from Massachusetts. Could mess with them. I'm sure it's a warranty. Looks like it's been called, been like this, though. Got another one.
Go too soon.
What is it?
Yeah, it's a different number too.
Okay, that's just, I'd gone through them yesterday.
Okay.
There were like 5 or 6.
Okay. There's nothing here.
Indigent defense.
Oh, you did them? Okay.
No, I didn't. I looked through them. I didn't approve them.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
So the one for indigent, was that just the one that?
There's one and there's one.
Oh, two.
Well, there's one for like $1,800.
That's the one that I saw, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was real curious about that.
Yeah,
That is an unusually high amount.
that was a lot of hours, you had a lot of
Yeah.
detail on it, yeah.
Bob, if you go up to the very top,
Yeah.
and like the description,
Yeah,
if you wanna just do those, you can do that.
okay. Click that?
Uh-huh. And then put as an indigent, is that what it says?
Public defender or something like that.
Public defender.
Or if you can just click it, it'll come up.
Then I can go through them.
If you scroll down, it might come up. Does it come up if you scroll down?
Oh, maybe it does.
There you go.
Right there.
Yay. That's
So
why
if
we got
you
one.
need community court, then,
That's not even, that's not the big one.
Because
Yeah.
that's community court, and then you have the others.
Okay.
Oh, okay, well, let's look at this one. Did you look at all these? Are these okay?
I looked at the one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
okay, Christie, we've got, resolution C.
That was okay.
Okay, we have a resolution in the matter of the extension of service contract for monitoring services between Henry County Job and Family Services and Dennis McKay.
That's what I was forecasting.
A total amount not to exceed $3,500 with the extension term of July 1, 2020 through June 30, 2021. Would there be a motion?
I will make the motion.
Would there be a second?
I'll second.
It's typically pretty well, we've done this for lots of years. And it has,
Yeah, he's a separate contractor or something?
He used to be the, charger in Fulton County, Kentucky.
Oh, really?
He goes around to all the, he's semi-retired, he has some support, whatnot. Very, very intelligent man.
right, and there's also on this, there's the resolution and contract to sign. So if there's no other discussion, proceed.
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Bob Hudson?
Yes.
Glenn Miller?
Yes. Resolution C has been approved.
There they are, okay. Jeff. What I don't do, keep my job. Okay.
Okay, the next two resolutions deal with joint ditches with Wood County and also with Putnam County. 10 o'clock, we have the award for the Community Development Targeted Opportunity Program, RFQ. Why don't we move the agenda to resolution F if there's no objections, and that's the approval of local emergency proclamation. The title reads Local Emergency Proclamation Resolution for Henry County. Would there be a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I would second.
Okay, for discussion. With advent of the CARES Act money on the way to the county, if not, it may even be today yet that we receive our first round out of $350 million. It was recommended that we go ahead and declare an emergency, so that removes or raises the bid limit to $100,000 for us. we had, early on in the process of this COVID, had talked many times with the health commissioner, Tracy Bush, and myself, representing the commissioners, is that if we needed to declare an emergency other than what the feds had or the state had, we would all agree that we needed to declare an emergency. We have operated under the federal as well as the state emergency, and we're fine, except we're still under the state emergency, we're still at our same spending or bid limit requirements, which is $50,000. With this declaration, it raises it to the amount of $100,000. And our emergency, unless we change it, will remain in effect until 11/59 on December 30, 2020, unless the director of the Ohio Department of Health rescinds or modifies the state of emergency. And then, if necessary, we can go back if we're still dealing with COVID issues and still are dealing with CARES money and public assistance money, and the other tranches of money that have come to the county, we can again declare an emergency. I had thought myself that we would put the emergency would expire 90 days after the COVID vaccines are readily available in Henry County. Prosecutor thought it was better to do it this way. It puts it out to the end of the year. In my mind, it's kind of, it works either way. It would just be, if necessary, create another. But, so if we're asked, and I'm sure the media will ask, is that there is an expiration date, and we will be able now to get right after and distribute this COVID CARES Act money distributed. Is there any other discussion or questions? Hearing none. Christie?
Chuck Myers.
Yes.
Al Huska.
Yes.
Bud Moore.
Yes. This resolution has been approved. And for the record, we have been informed that we will should receive our check for, or deposit of Henry County and all the governmental jurisdictions, townships as well as villages and city yet today. And also for the record, there is a webinar tomorrow with the Office of Budget and Management to go over the details of what needs to be done. There have been some additional restrictions added by OBM, however, they do not affect Henry County.
Right.
And the debate is over interpretation. The counties that have already received their money, which there are 5 in the state, are interpreting one way, and they are not accountable to the Office of Budget and Management in the state. They're accountable right directly to the feds.
One of the Lucas County Commissioners said to me yesterday, yeah, we got all this money, and now we don't know, can't spend it. Yeah, there must be something going on. I didn't understand because my connection wasn't as good as it could be. And he kept cutting his connection up. Obviously it wasn't very good either because he kept cutting out. Basically, I said, how's things going up there? And he said, got all this money, don't know how we're gonna spend it, or something to that nature. So he said, he just shook his head. I don't think he's been to the barber yet. His long hair all over yet.
He may have been on his cell in his car.
No, he was in an office. You could see that. Yeah, he was in an office. And I assumed it looked like he was at home. It looked like he was at home. Yeah, but that was one thing that, yeah, they don't know how. So.
Honestly,
I think we got
last week when John White and Cheryl Summer from the County
Yeah.
Commissioners Association of Ohio were here. They had not seen what we showed, our list.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't seen anything like that yet. And our thought processes, I did,
That's what I said, I think we're good.
Tracy put a document together to explain how to deal with the different tranches of money, how you can't with money, you can't do this, but
Right.
with this you can't. And it's determining what will fit the best way.
Yeah, and that might be what
And I
he
did
was,
send,
yeah.
and I did send that document out yesterday to CCAO as a draft, and also Chris Day, Commissioner of Preble County,
Yeah.
asked for it. So I did send out our list, I did send out our
Just how,
our small business grant program. I wanted it to be reviewed by the team tomorrow at 9:30.
Is that what you guys are gonna talk about?
Yeah.
That grant to the small
Yeah.
businesses, okay.
And get through that.
Well, that's why I wanted, because I'll be at CCNO meeting then, but I think that's something you should bring up because of the lack of numbers. These places aren't, that's the first thing I said the other night, they're not gonna be able to operate this way very long.
Yeah, well, that's replacing lost revenue, and we can't do that with this money.
Oh, you can't? What are you supposed to?
We can help them with the expenses that they had for.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah, and there is discussion in Columbus, that's why they never let loose the rest of the whole 1.35
Yeah.
billion, is because they're hoping the U.S. Treasury will say that you can be more flexible, that the counties can use some of this money to replace lost revenue.
okay, we're still waiting on that, basically.
Yeah, they're hoping $850 million.
Yeah, that's why that thought pattern was going through my head the other day, that'd be a good way to help these people, that'd really be helping these people out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And if we would give a grant for help just to cover the expenses that they had to get the PPE in, whether
Yeah.
they put in, all the different things, they had to physically buy.
Yeah,
And if the grant, we may have 3 grants at this amount, this amount, this amount,
yeah,
and if it doesn't fully fund it for them that time, round 2 may.
yeah.
What about like they're pushing unemployment?
Then also, if you received, at least the way it's worded now, if you received the payroll protection program, that eliminates you from, at least the way it's written now. And I'm not sure, because we used, the guidelines that we're using was prepared by Hamilton County, and we modified them,
Right.
Tracy's modified them to fit more closely with Henry County. So I think we would have to delve into if a company received
Yeah.
$800,000 for
Right.
The payroll protection, which has gone from 8 weeks out to 12 weeks or more now.
Yeah,
And we'll have to see if they will qualify for additional funding support. I hope they do. But initially, we'll try to fund as many. We'll try to fund as many as we can of those that did not receive or that payroll protection money or have received other federal type grants.
Thursday, they're on. I'm gonna know too.
We do,
We have Thursdays, you have,
No.
the fines?
Budget.
Oh, what they sent, like, okay, yeah, they always have.
they do, yeah.
Always is,
We get pictures and,
yeah.
on the, Christie, on that resolution for the Board of Elections. elections. Did Mary let you know which one they wanted? Okay, well, why don't we go ahead, we've got a little time left. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. It's in the matter of accepting quote from Weaver Glass for back door canopy at the Board of Elections. Would there be a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Would there be a second?
I would second that.
Okay, this is for the back door, setting over it. I don't know what it's going to look like, but they're going to use that money that came from the Secretary of State's office.
The security money,
Yeah, the security money.
to put up that's what I read, and I thought, seriously? That's an allowable expense, but our IT putting all that stuff in was not an allowable expense.
I'm not, again, like I told, what's his name, I'm not done with that yet.
Wow.
I did ask the question about, because there's a fair amount of stuff that's going to be on the IT side with this CARES Act money. We can charge there is an administrative fee we're entitled to.
Oh,
We can use that to reimburse
some of that.
our IT for their hours.
Yeah.
Or if we have to hire an outside contractor.
Out of that money, that security money, we can charge administrative fee? Is that what you said?
No, this was the CARES Act.
The CARES Act. Oh, okay.
It's the white, next door, the whiteboard list.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, because there's a fair amount to do.
Okay,
It's going to go out to hours and probably even.
Yeah.
Since the CARES Act allows for preparing better so that you can remote work from home.
Yeah,
or remote work, and we're shoring up our end of it.
Yeah.
So, okay, the dollar amount is for $7,100, and that, again, will be funded out of the security.
Good morning, Glenn.
Good morning, Doris. We're just finishing up passing a resolution, and we'll be with you.
Okay, that'll be great, thank you.
It'll only take about another 30 seconds. So if there's no...
Okay, not 30 minutes, it's okay.
Okay. If there's no other questions or discussion, Christine?
Jeff Myers.
Yes.
Bob Hudson.
Yes.
Glenn Miller.
Yes, this resolution has been approved. Good morning, Wood County Commissioners.
Good morning, Henry County Commissioner.
How are things in Bowling Green?
Well, fortunately, we have a little rain today, so that helps, I think.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh, it'll make those corn and beans explode.
Yeah.
Now that pretty well everything's side dressed as far as corn and, yeah. Yeah, I had a gauge at home.
Oh, did you? That's good. I don't know what we did.
3/4 in
I
Dashwood.
have not heard.
In Dashwood, 3/4?
This morning.
Bob just said they had 3/4 of an inch in Dashwood.
That's good.
On the Dashwood West End.
West End, yeah. Of course,
That's such a big area, that's.
Yeah,
it is.
Well, we can laugh about that, but a half a mile makes a big difference sometimes.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, Bob, are we the lead on this, or is Wood County?
I think we are.
Okay.
They don't have anything.
Do we need to call the roll?
We can do that.
Okay, we're going
So are we?
to call the roll. I believe, Doris, we're the lead on this year.
Okay, great.
Okay, Christie?
Glenn Miller.
Here.
Bob Hudson.
Here.
Jeff Myers.
Yes, here.
George Herringshaw.
Here.
Craig White.
Yeah, he said here.
Theodore Bolin.
Here.
Wonderful, Bob.
Yeah, this is the Diddling Ditch, and the Diddling Ditch runs just north of Route 6 on the east side of the county line. It has several branches that go into Henry County, and of course, Wood County, you have a little bit of diddling, but the good thing about it is, we did make a collection a year ago, and we did dip of one of the branches that is just south of 6. So we got I guess the estimate was a little high. We got a decent fund, we're at 30%, which we can keep 20, but that's okay. We'll end up using it sometime because we do have it scheduled to spray some brush, cattails, and of course grass in the bottom of the ditch, which is a forever problem. But with the fund amount, we do not need to make a collection, so the proposed collection is 0%.
Okay.
All right, are there any questions?
How much of that are we collecting then?
What confused me, Bob?
No, that was a joke.
I understand. I was saying, dang, I don't have that info. Okay, that would be 0.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
So we need a motion to approve this.
I would make a motion to approve it.
Commissioner Hofstad, is there a second?
I said, wait a minute, we got a question.
Okay.
We're not collecting anything this year?
Correct.
That we,
Correct?
Correct. The fund is well enough. It's, we don't collect in Henry County till we're at 5% of the base or below.
Okay.
And we're at 31%.
Okay. The resolution states that necessary to run the listed ditches on the 2020 tax duplicate for collection for 1 year, but if we're not collecting anything, why are we doing a resolution?
We always have, I thought.
Huh.
I guess we always have. I mean, I'm thinking.
Even if it's a zero, it's just like so you balance it, still have that on your goal?
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I guess you really wouldn't need a resolution.
Yeah, because like we're not collecting this year for any that we have with you, so we didn't have any resolutions on. So I guess I never looked at your, or maybe would have asked you earlier than that. Okay.
It's just
Thank you.
neat to make sure we,
Make sure we're
That
covered.
is a paper trail.
yeah.
Yeah, paper trail would be a
But
good.
if nothing else, it's a
But
paper trail.
That is a good question, though. Now we gotta figure out why we're doing it.
Because we always have.
Because we always have, yeah. Boy, Doris.
We just have multiple, with different counties, and when we don't have anything to collect for that
Right.
year, we just don't, we don't do anything with them, so I guess that kind of caught me off guard.
Well, I know.
It might have been a while since we've had, since all the other counties, we have multiples.
Yeah.
We usually have some type of collection.
Yeah, there may be,
So with this
one or
being,
two in there that we're not collecting on, but 3 or 4 or 5
Correct.
that we are.
Yeah.
So,
Right,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because honestly, for me, this is the first, I've encountered
First time, yeah.
absolutely no collection.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, that was a good question.
Yeah,
We'll,
yeah.
do you think we should note in a resolution somewhere that we're not collecting?
Yeah, because it doesn't say that in the resolution, and you really have to look at
Good point.
the cost sheet, because at the end it says that the revenue or the estimated balance, I guess I just kind of looked through it real quick and didn't catch that it was 0 for both of us, so.
Good.
So we would look at that, and that would help with the auditor's office too, that it states that there's going to be no collection.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
we can do that. So we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that, Doris.
Okay, is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Christie?
Bud Miller?
Yes.
Al Hudson?
Yes.
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
George Herrington? Yes. Craig White? Yes. Deirdre Boland?
Okay. This resolution's been approved. Is there any other business? Question, Doris, have you heard from any of the farmers in the county about poisonous hemlock?
No.
Okay, we just, that's kind of become a hot topic in Henry County. We're finding it all over the county. Particularly, it's easy to spot along the railroads. It's real deceiving. It kind of looks like Queen Anne's lace, and it's not one big flower, it's a bunch of little ones that from a distance makes it look like it's Queen Anne's lace. We had one of our dairy farmers bring that to our attention, and it's poisonous. It will kill cattle real fast. So, and we've had one of the farm operations that I help out with. They have been out spot spraying in their wheat fields. They found some of this stuff.
Did they?
And so they were going to sell the straw.
Yeah.
They're not anymore.
Yeah.
So I just wanted you to be aware.
Okay, thanks.
If nothing else, and we talked to the railroad, Bob talked to the railroad, CSX, and their position is you're still lucky that we let you cross our tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, if there's nothing else, we sure appreciate you calling in.
We appreciate the fact that we can do that and don't have to travel.
Yeah, wouldn't this have been great to drive 25 minutes or a half hour to say, oh, nothing?
It would have, if we came to Bowling Green, it would have taken us longer to get through security and up to your office.
Yeah.
Your meeting room than it would. Yeah. And I just,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And then you'd have to have a mask and get your temperature taken too, so.
Yeah, that's the same thing if you came to our courthouse.
Yep.
Wonderful. So have a great day.
Doris Harry-Shaw, tell your husband I said hello.
I will do that, Bob.
Thank
I will
you.
do that.
Are you gonna do your county fair this year?
What are you doing about county fair?
They're having a modified version of the junior fair at this point. It would not surprise me, and I'm speaking just for myself, is that we'll see how Putnam County goes.
I think that's kind of what they were waiting on. They told me they were gonna tell me, next Friday, or the 10th, actually July 10th. He said, I'll give you a better report that day. So I think that's kind of what they're waiting to see how Putnam County turns out, and
The ride company already told them
they were
they're not coming.
There'll be no
Yeah.
concession.
So the carnies won't be there.
Yeah.
No, what's the plan in Wood County?
Right now, they're doing, full fair. Modified full fair.
Oh, yeah?
But, tractor pull's been canceled, hasn't it?
Right, tractor pull's been canceled. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, the fair board's still talking about entertainment and all kinds of things.
Okay.
Yeah, they're right.
Yeah, well, it's difficult.
What are you gonna do, yeah?
What information do you go on? We're seeing.
What do you listen
We were
to?
hearing, our health commissioner talking about social distancing. You go out on the street and, go by a ballpark, have a ball game, there's none there. I think it's difficult for people to figure out what's really what.
Yep.
There's a long time between now and when the fair is, so a lot can happen.
Yep, you're right,
You're
Doris.
exactly right. And, so we'll just kind of wait and see.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
All right, thanks for everything.
talk to you later.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
They gotta hang up, yeah. If you hang up, you hang up on everybody. Okay.
Is that a,
Bob said, I don't want to do that.
no,
Just kidding.
I actually don't even have a camera on my computer, on my laptop, so.
No,
They wanted to do it by Zoom?
no, Defiance County does, she is doing Zoom.
So I'll just
Just come here.
come here, okay.
And this is all they had
Or if you
available.
wanna call in.
No, that's, because I'd rather, actually, this next one, if you guys got a minute, I'd just like to review Putnam County's because it has the infamous South Turkey Foot branch on it.
Oh, yeah.
What is that?
South Turkey Foot,
Oh,
just look at
oh,
Putnam
yeah.
County's.
Yeah.
You know, everything looks pretty good actually, except you see the 125% collection, which is quite large. We have collected 100% plus over the previous years. This is the one that we've collected last year. Things seem to be kind of caught up with the log jams, so I only collected 30%. So this year,
We're down, we're short of
if you
money.
look at South Turkey Foot, you can see the bases, you know, it's quite large because it's got a big area,
Yeah.
big watershed. The fund balance was very healthy at the beginning of the year. Remember, that was the one they complained about, the balance was way above what you're supposed to have in it?
Yeah,
Okay, you're only supposed to have 20%.
20, yeah,
But I said,
right.
I'm always doing work in there. I guess maybe I should have made my estimated cost higher, you know?
well, with
So-
that damn creek, you don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So then it shows what was collected in 2020, what we're collecting, and then the actual cost for 2019 was $93,240 that we did late summer to the end of the year, okay? Those are all log jams, because we do not do anything else in this creek but remove log jams. That's all we're required by law to do through the, when it was put on maintenance. Now, look at the estimate, $407,000.
Yeah.
We have done, since the first of the year, $150,000 worth of work.
Really?
Now, pass this around. This is a log jam, south, just north of P3, and then these are close-up pictures.
Can you bring that up on the GIS file?
Yeah, hang on here. I just wanna look at this and I'm gonna approve these and then I'll get out of here.
So, this is a log jam down by P3, down by kind of Doc, the back end of Doc Carpenter's residence,
Okay.
all right?
Mhm.
It's been there, kind of go back and forth. I'm not sure if it's really caused much drainage problems. I still don't know if it does, but it's pretty much tied up now. It's not moving, it's just building. And it's actually holding 4 to 5 foot of water back during high water times. So that's one of them.
Got some more tires?
Bob, tell me, I wish.
I'd burn it.
Because I think it's probably 100,000 plus to get out.
Oh, my God.
And then we got another one down to the east of Shunk, between actually 109 and 6.
Okay.
All right, another big one. And then I have a small one down by Handler that I didn't see, I didn't see last winter. The guy told me about, now, it's not big, but I promised the guy I'd get it out of there. So I got, but that's just, and if you remember right, I told you we were over by at the landfill last January, finished up there. We just finished back being in there because of beaver. Got 60 trees or more were down. Some of the problems you see, Jeff, Commissioner Myers,
Taking
is,
back into the landfill?
yeah, they killed 2 of them, but they didn't get all of them.
Okay, because I was under the impression that they had moved on.
The beaver,
Yeah.
well, before they moved on, they left us, yeah.
Left us
Okay, so this was.
So I'm just saying that, and I do, and my estimate might be kind of high, but I'm just looking at, we're going to continue to be in there. I don't know how, I feel bad because I hate assessing that much, but I also can't run ditches into the red,
No,
a whole, $100,000 worth of bills to pay.
yeah.
And then when you put when you got $100,000 of work in one log jam.
Yes.
It's huge, we should send that to
This is
Suffolk County.
Yeah, I should have brought it over to you.
I can scan it.
You might want to.
So that's like, wow.
It's Where was this log jam? It was on P3?
Just, yeah,
Let's see, so I got.
I think it's north of Peter.
You're at J, right?
Yeah, I'm a J, I'm a 28109 there.
Go up.
You gotta go
I
up.
have to go up, yeah. Duh.
Keep going. I think you gotta go over to the,
MN. There's Route 6. You say it's north of 6?
yes, it's north of 6. Yeah, keep going. You're getting there.
There's P, yeah. Yeah, there's P3.
Three.
Now, go push it to the left a little more. There you go.
So again, someplace in here.
Yeah.
I'm done.
So,
The picture that you saw is a picture that the aerial view is, that should be
okay,
the same picture.
okay. Oh, okay.
This is where the picture was, Bob? This
Yeah,
way? This way?
yes. Okay. Go,
Well, there's the creek right there.
yeah, go, I think it goes south, maybe it's between P3 and P, I'm trying to remember. Is that the island? No, that's not the island. Okay,
There's a
go,
bunch right in there, look at that.
go north. Yeah, go north of P3, Bob, follow the creek.
That looks pretty good up that way.
Yep,
I bet it's back in that world street, that must have been
it's gonna go, yeah,
right in there.
keep going.
No one will be a problem with that creek, look at all the frickin' trees along there. Oh, it goes around
There,
there.
that, yeah.
Wow.
There, that, yeah. That's where it's
I
at.
bet
Yeah,
you that's
right there.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
heavens, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's the same picture,
Oh,
yeah.
my
Uh-huh.
God.
Who's,
See, the problem with it too, if you pan out a little bit, Bob, there's an island in the freaking river, and that's kind of, the logs don't go left or, they gotta go left or right, well, we're just gonna fill up before the island.
Okay, what is this over here? Well, what do we?
Click on whose ownership. Yeah, it's Dr. Carpenter's
Dr.
place.
Carpenter's, okay.
is the city?
Yep, I know now, I know. Lake Carpenter, yeah.
See, actually, the property's owned by Troy Ryan, who was our past wildlife officer. He's in Finley, so,
Okay.
his dad, Robert.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, wow, what a mess.
Well, it's
Oh, you say that's an island there then?
Yeah,
Is it gonna be safe for them to,
get in there.
take
They
them out?
They can get in there and there's room to pull them out and to
Oh, okay.
stack them. Problem is, there's a lot of them that are cut, so I don't know if people cut trees and then just leave them. They're clearing and then they flow down.
Get high water.
But I got a feeling Putnam's gonna, but then to be honest, they have, 15,000 of the, 290,000 we're collecting, so
Mhm.
it's really not a big deal for them.
No, I'm gonna pay more than they're gonna pay.
You deal with your county people.
Yeah, I can't wait for taxes to come out next Christmas.
You could have a, we could hire in there, not even do anything to it,
I know. Especially right now, I'm sure water levels,
Yeah.
well, it might be up from the, I don't know, river levels are probably up, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that'll kind of show back up in there.
Yeah. But here in another month, should be able to
That's what they'll probably be in there for the next.
Yeah.
get in there in July, August.
So what are you gonna do with all that stuff?
They'll pull it back into those areas and tie them up. Yeah, I know.
They should still be burned, or somebody should come in and cut them up for firewood.
Take them off for
God.
firewood.
I don't know. You mean to pull it out of there and then?
After it's pulled out,
The problem is even pulling out just adds that much more to the project, getting it completely out of there. And
Yeah.
pulling it someplace that people can
Yeah.
get access.
Oh, heavens, yeah. So that's not.
And a lot of that's
Right,
cotton.
right there. They'll probably put
Cottonwood ash.
back in here someplace. and
Yes.
Just let it lay.
Yep. So I gotta call Ryman to let them know. So, I just kinda wanna give you a heads up on this.
I'm sorry.
Did they have any,
Yeah, she doesn't.
oh, so that's the only one?
so that's still, that area still
They don't put a percentage on it.
could be a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that, she's
You know,
gonna
but
get back out.
looking back,
I've been busy.
going back upstream, knock out those spots that Bob was talking about.
Right.
People start cutting again.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, guys shouldn't cut along there unless they're gonna clean them up.
We have them pulled out.
Yeah, so wait.
The fund is
Don't
helping.
just knock them down, it ain't gonna help anything.
That's, I know we've done it. I know we've done it. Before.
Is now in the conference.
Hey, good morning, Austin. It's Glenn.
Get out of here.
God, I gotta go for
Press, I think it's star one
And I might
to be able to talk.
Hey Glenn, good morning, can you guys hear me?
Sure. How are you this morning?
Doing well, yourself?
Good. Hey, just wanted to let you know that someone within our office that has called you Austin Serta.
Oh, like the manager?
Was actually calling you Austin Cerna.
Yeah,
So we made-
and instead of the team.
We've made progress.
We have made progress, Austin. Yeah.
No, that's no worries. Growing up in high school, I've heard everything. A lot of people always had it in E2, so.
Hey, do you have before, since we have a few minutes before 10, do you have an update on those two houses at Holgate for demolition?
The RLF waiver.
Yeah.
I didn't speak with Matt, because he's been spearheading that now.
Okay.
I believe they, Matt's in another meeting, but let me send a follow-up, and I can send an email to Christie on that, or have him.
Yeah, that would be fine. Just have Matt send an update.
Okay.
Okay.
And also, we're trying to get a land bank meeting scheduled to deal with all these properties that the land bank has.
Okay.
Who, you know, like Emma would come to the land bank meetings, and sometimes Dennis would. Will Matt be the one that comes to the meeting?
Let me follow up on that, because I know we have a couple new people, starting, and I'll speak with Dennis to see who he wants as the new liaison to come to those meetings.
Is, one of those new people that are starting is someone who is more mature, that used to work in Bowling Green?
Yeah, well, I know Will Burns works with us.
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Will.
Did you know he used to work at
Yeah, he
Montgomery
was
Land?
working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I first met him. He was,
Okay, yeah, and he's been back with us, I think, since about March,
yeah.
so. And I know Assistant Dennis with economic development projects primarily.
Oh, yeah, those two together have forgotten more than you'll ever know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to this stuff.
A lot to it.
Okay, I will, yeah, if you could have whoever let me know, because I already have some questions that I need answered before we even have the land bank meeting, so I know.
Yeah, that's no problem.
About it.
And I'll probably either have myself to reach back out or have Dennis call you directly.
Yeah. He and I had talked about something, but we never had any resolution and got all caught up in this fun and frolic that we've been having. So,
Okay.
yeah. All right, still have a minute yet.
Okay. Sandy's updated me with this, because we're doing the target of opportunity, Village of Hamler, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of, I had to ask Christie what it was about this morning. So we have, just about another minute, Austin, and we can talk about it.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Depends on which clock you look at. It is 10 o'clock, and our next item on our agenda is to award the fiscal year 2020 CDBG Community Development Target of Opportunity Program for RFQ for the Village of Hamlet. We have on the line with us Austin Cerna from Maumee Valley Planning Organization in Defiance. And Austin, we did receive one from Pokemon.
Okay.
And they sent them to me, and they came up when they sent them, they came in the next day package. I wasn't sure what they were exactly for. So, would you want to let you really explain a little bit about this project?
Yeah, so, Sandy had filled me in, and I know, the Village of Hamler, we got the RFQ, for Summon Light. This is for a target of opportunity downtown revitalization project. And, the Hogemeyer had sent us over the, a PowerPoint, statement of qualifications to perform building inspections and repair work specs for the submission of a downtown revitalization target of opportunity grant for the Village of Hamler. Jeff Brubaker had sent us over his letter, the first one of light that was signed. This, and I can read it for you, request for qualifying statements that were received for the Village of Hamler, request for qualification statements, Plummet Light designation. One statement was received, as you mentioned, Hogemeyer Design Group. Per House Bill 95, the company has no debt to the state. There's a document attached that check the status of that company, Hogemeyer, making sure that they are in good standings with the state and that they are in good standings with no other obligations. The Village of Hamler is recommending the bid be awarded to them if there is no issues. The Village of Hamler is responsible for $2,500 and the other $2,500 from the Henry County CDBG revolving loan fund.
I was just looking at the letter from the mayor. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a copy in front of you?
Yeah, it's attached
Okay.
with just so you know, Austin, we have a resolution, and then there's the letter from you, dated, it looks like, June 23rd, 2020.
June 23rd, yeah.
And then the Village of Hamler, talking about Sloman's Light designation, and then the funding stream.
Yeah. Now, look through here.
And it looks like there's.
I know there's a project for program year 2020, and that will be as part of the downtown revitalization. Jeff and Sandy had sat down numerous times to talk about some of the buildings that they wanted to redevelop. I believe this one is next to a restaurant that they have in town, and the downtown redevelopment project that we facilitate here is primarily to reduce the slum and blight of the downtown core business district, or if there's any facade improvements that need done to the building, or if there's redevelopment, so that hopefully someone down the road can use that property in the future.
Do you have any idea about?
I have no idea.
Do you know what the street address is, Austin?
Let me take a look here.
Put your
Yeah.
Hamler up there.
Yeah.
That's would. Because if we're thinking of the diner, post office is on one side and hardware's on the other.
Right.
You're.
I gotta go this, yeah, I gotta go this way. There's 409.
Yeah, you're down, you're not even,
Yeah,
you're not even to Millennia
I gotta go down way,
yet. Yeah.
there's one.
Yep.
Let's get in
Let me do a follow-up and get the exact address for you guys on that property.
Yeah, because we're trying to figure out,
You say it's for a restaurant?
he said it was beside the restaurant, so isn't there, to the east of Klein's, isn't there,
Yeah, to the east of
Which
Clinton.
property?
Well, it was, but Estill Chevrolet bought that. They just made it into a body shop. Estill's
well,
buying
yeah, the
everything.
old township building.
That one, and then on the other side of Klein's too.
Oh, really?
The old, right next to the hardware there, the old
Yeah,
grocery store.
that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah, they changed that into like a body shop, and they do, detailing and stuff in there, I think, yeah.
Actually, hold on, let me check in here, let me look through the application.
Or did Jason get some money for the party shop?
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, there's Ambler.
Yeah, let me follow up with Jeff to make sure that he has all the paperwork signed, because we have everything in our folder. And I want to make sure that he's gotten the paperwork back to Sandy, because that would discuss the exact address, scope of work, the property owner for that parcel.
Jeff said to me one day, because I asked him, and he said to me, and maybe I misunderstood him, but I thought he was talking about it was the old library, and that old house that sits next to the bank, right across from the line.
That big white house.
Yeah, that big white house.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was talking about. They were gonna do some stuff in there.
Yeah, that's what you had mentioned.
That's, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
next to the restaurant.
Yeah. It's just, we're curious, I guess we've never really heard.
Who's getting money?
What the address of the property is.
And what their plan is with it.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm not in opposition of it, I'm in favor of it.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. You just want to know the exact location?
Just want to know. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's no problem. Let me follow up with Jeff, because Jeff will have to send us over pictures too of the property.
That would be
so that
good.
we can add that into the application.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. And so will we have to, as time goes, we will approve the application then?
Yeah, we have to submit that application to the state. Then once the state looks it over, then you will receive a copy of that for approval.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now, really, according to Jeff's letter, Mayor Brubaker's letter for the record, he is recommending that the commissioners, the bid be awarded to Pogemeyer Design Group not to exceed $5,000.
Correct.
So,
And that 2,500 would be at the responsibility of
The village.
the village, and then 2,500 from the Henry County revolving loan fund, CDBG revolving loan fund.
which I don't know if we have a formal document yet on that, but we did agree
Yeah.
that we would do that.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the last times Sandy was here, or she was on Zoom.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And Jeff was on there.
And Jeff was on Zoom, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so with that, I have, before me a resolution in the matter of the Village of Hamler 2020 CDBG Targeted Opportunity Program Award for RFQ. Would there be a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, for discussion, it was recommended by Mayor Brubaker of Hamler that we award this to Pokemeyer Design Group, not to exceed $5,000. And the funding stream for that is, it will be on the record through our discussion phase earlier, is $2,500 from the Village of Hamler and $2,500 from the Henry County Revolving Loan Fund. Are there any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, Christie?
Jeff Myers,
Yes.
Bob Hosta,
Yes.
and Glenn Miller.
Yes, this resolution has been approved.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will respond, I will get that information and send it over to Christie about the address and, the exact property location, and then, confirm, with the application if there is any more approval from you all, the commissioners. And then we'll, on another note, follow up, with Matt and Dennis about the land bank.
Okay, yeah, that would be wonderful, Austin. Do we, on this CDBG, on using our revolving loan fund, are we going to need a waiver from the state?
This is a revolving loan fund. I will do some, background research on that, because if there's any other paperwork that you have to fill out, regarding the revolving loan, then I will send that over to you.
Okay, yeah, and I would say even Dennis would probably know. But I thought it sounded, if I remember right in that meeting, it sounded like it was going to be fairly straightforward, that this qualified, real easily for, the use of some of that money.
Yeah, and with the amounts too, I mean, since this is only 5,000, you know, the scope of work isn't that large, so, you know, we're not talking about, too large of a pool of money.
No, exactly, it's not even, it won't put any kind of debt in our, ROF balance right now.
Okay, well, I will do that follow-up and get with, send that all over to Christine in an email.
Okay,
And if there's any other questions, please let me know.
okay, she has a question right now.
Just, an FYI that I did send out a meeting request on the 30th, and Matt and Dennis both said they were available. So,
For June 30th?
yeah, for land bank.
Okay.
And that's a Tuesday, so it'd be, our session would be short, and we would,
June 30th, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
would you?
And then, Christie, did you confirm that they were coming?
June 30th.
I have not finalized it, I was waiting for one more person to,
Like the commissioner.
like one of the commissioners to
I
let
have
me
to
know.
look.
But everybody else was able to make.
I think I told you that I could be there, yes, okay.
Just wanted to-
Okay.
Okay, and I will tell you now officially, yes, I did.
Boy.
I'm not.
No, don't go there, because that would just really ruin my vacation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, right now, they're finalizing ship applications because we have the deadline tomorrow. So everything here in the office has been very, very busy, but I will do, my best to get a swift answer, just so that, you guys can still, you know, so we can proceed with that.
Yeah, because, what I had asked, Dennis about, and I think there was an email to that, and I'll see if I can find it, is, he had mentioned that, with the properties the land bank owned, if we used NIP funding, you had to hold it at least 3 years before you could dispose of it. But according to Dennis, well, then you could sell it for fair market value. Well, we've had a couple parcels appraised, and it's not even close to what actual fair market value is. It's way high. And so then it said you could advertise for bids on all those properties, and, if you got a bid, that would be, you could use that for fair market value. So I want to confirm that as well as, get a sample of wording for an advertisement, so that we could do that.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I will look into that, and then I'll send everything over into detail, or give Christie a call back, probably by the end of today.
Yeah, okay, or, I know it's, like you said, you're busy, they're trying to get things finalized for the state, so sometime this week would be great.
Okay, all right, wonderful. All right, well, you all have a great day, and if there are any other questions, please let me know.
Okay, well, thanks, Austin.
Yeah, take care.
Thank you, bye.
Austin, sorry.
See, here's the house I'm talking about, that's the one right beside it, it's called Fields of Fashion.
Okay.
I'm not even for sure who's in on all that.
This is a store?
Yeah, they're gonna make a dress store out of it.
I know,
Kind of
yeah,
like a boutique.
when I was going to door, I talked to
Yeah.
one of,
One of the owners?
it was like a husband, he said, I think they're living there,
Oh,
or it sure appeared they were.
okay, that could be.
Yeah.
You know what, I don't pay that much attention to it, I drive down the alley there at the bank, and I don't pay much
Which
attention.
right across the street is Klein's.
Yeah, right, that's Klein's right there.
Where's it?
Well,
It may be like, you know, the one uptown, how she had it in her house for a while.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that was on West Main.
there's Klein's.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the building next to it,
And this one here, yeah. That is, that's the one they bought. This is Kenny Jackman's, this is Ardwood then.
Yeah,
And this one is, Estos bought that.
yeah.
So they own that, and then they own this down
They're on the
here.
corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's this historic lines, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But that's Estos, they bought
I
that.
wonder how they had it set up.
You know, that was a township building.
Right.
Estos Chevrolet right there, they get it. Yeah, they bought that, then they wanted to buy this, but Just Stop bought it. He beat him to the draw, that's at Lou Holman's place.
And also the empty lot.
And this lot here, that belongs to Just Stop Rentals. He filled that up with stone now, and he's waiting to get his plumbing, he's not putting any new tanks in. He's got tanks over here, Jeff was explaining this to me. He's got a diesel tank buried down here, and he's got a big tank for, high-test gasoline for whatever the highest test, and he don't sell any of that. So he's gonna change those both over to diesel and then pipe them together and then bring it out here to a pump out here so trucks can pull in there and fuel up.
Okay.
Which would be good, that's a good use of that lot, you know.
You know, and it's even amazing how many trucks that are going north-south stop.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Well, the thing of it is, they stop out here on 109, where if they can pull in here and pull through and park back here and then come in and get their coffee or whatever they want, swing around and come back out, or else come down here and then hit 109 again there. Yeah, it'll be a lot better.
That's funny, guys. Mike was just in a little bit ago, and said he would like for you guys to call him to talk about the someone. At some point today.
About the what?
Someone.
Mike who?
In Ross. He was, I saw him here earlier.
Yeah, I saw him come in,
You know what, I talked to him this morning, he didn't say anything to me about it. Oh, I gotta go put my hair out there.
Well, we don't have it quite all the time, but, so give him, as soon as Bob comes back, we'll give him a call. Or actually, text Laura and have her call. So we can.
I don't have her number.
Let's just call it, you don't have a landfill. Yeah, right there.
They're not in the speed district, so. Such really small. Hey, Mike, can you go and call in? And then is Laura there? Yes, she does. Okay.
I'm going this way, then I'm going next door, grab away from coffee.
Okay, I'll work on
I'll
this.
be right back.
Okay, they're gonna call in.
Okay. There must be something in here I'm allergic to.
What's that?
My eyes are burning. And put eye drops in. Maybe my sweater's getting dusty from
Maybe you
hanging.
can wash that.
Yeah, I should take it home once, yeah, never.
May I wash it? Go up to here.
Might shrink a little bit, yeah. Yeah, go take care of it.
You getting excited to leaving? Are
You
you
know,
already packed?
oh, no, we won't do that till Monday, probably.
You're leaving Thursday?
Wednesday morning. Tuesday night, we may have a ball game yet. Of course, I don't know, we could get kicked out too.
Didn't behave.
So,
Mike Gimbrock.
hey, Mike?
Now you come friends.
Mike,
Mike, you there?
star one.
Star one.
Speakerphone.
Yeah, there you go. We hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. What's up?
Hey, I got a concern about this, poison hemlock.
Yeah?
My wife and me, we started researching this Sunday morning after church, because, I was hearing how lethal it is with livestock, and I got, concerns because it's along the railroad tracks and stuff, and I was worried that it might get in my pheasant pens, because they said it's very lethal to livestock.
Yeah.
So we started researching it. My wife has an app on her phone. We drove all around the village of Hamler and out to the brush site,
Yeah.
a mile south, and it is totally infested,
Yeah.
even by the brush site.
Yeah.
And Jason over at Just Stop, he's got it where he's putting in that new parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you go, north across the tracks from where, right beside the Hamler Reservoir,
Yeah.
that creek line is totally infested.
Yeah. I saw it the other day.
All the way across 18,
Yeah.
it's in the backyards of all these people, and then all the way to Tim Gore's, it's like a forest in that ditch. So I
Yeah.
called Jeff Brubaker to make sure he was aware,
Yeah.
and I talked to the lady, Spanish lady who lives just east of the reservoir there in Hamler.
Yeah.
I stopped in there to let her know that her whole yard is
Yeah.
totally
I seen
infested
it.
with it. She said, show me. So I walked her over there, and she just kind of gasped, put her hand to her mouth, and she said, my boyfriend cleaned out 4 or 5 feet of this last year, and she said he almost died. He got, his arms got,
Oh.
started swallowing up, and she said they thought it was poison agree that
Oh,
they
yeah.
got him rushed in
Yeah.
time
Yeah,
to save his life.
Yeah.
But she hugged me and thanked me 6, 7, 8 times. She said, my grandkids are out here all the time. And I said, your daughter's mowing. And I said, you know,
Yeah, it
it's
should be
right there. I said, if that brushes up against her arms. But I said, people need to be, this needs to be front page news, I think.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah,
and I didn't know who to contact.
yeah.
You know, is this a health department thing, sort of water? But like this lady says, how do I get rid of it, you know? And I told her, I said, either Roundup, and I'm not sure about 2,4-D.
Yeah,
But I said,
2,4-D
do
will
not
work.
touch it.
Yeah.
You know?
Crossbow
And
doesn't
crossbow,
even
yeah.
phase it right now.
Yeah,
We had, it's out in fields, it's in wheat fields, it's in hay fields, and, if
Yeah.
animals ingest it, it'll just kill them.
yeah,
You know, I know some fields of straw that, or wheat, that the farmers are gonna sell the straw off, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So at least I haven't had a chance to talk to Garth, at OSU Extension, but,
Yeah.
New Vision Farms were out spraying,
yeah,
and 3 or 4 days ago, they sprayed a big patch with crossbow, never phased it. And they've had some that has been hit at least 2 to 3 times with
crossbow
Roundup.
didn't get it?
Mhm.
See, over there in Holgate, I drove over by Holgate yesterday along the CSX, and that's not even white anymore, that's already going to seed.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, I
just
know,
solid.
talking with a lot of the fire department guys this weekend,
Yeah.
they had a barbecue, and they had videos and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they were confused. They thought, what they were videoing was American elderberry.
No.
That's more of a, brush, you know,
Yeah.
stalky, woody type.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I took a picture of this, hemlock, and
Yeah.
I told them, I said, this is what you're looking
Yeah.
for. Because they're concerned, because they got pets and kids, you know, that are right up to it.
Yeah.
So
You know,
the first thing I'm thinking, people need to be educated more. You know, I know Garth did a little thing on it, but I think this should be front page news and even flyers and stuff like that, because
it's been on the radio already. It's,
even people going to these brush sites, you know,
yep,
anybody handling brush.
Yeah.
I talked to Dan McDougal and Handler, and I said, you need to be careful when people are
Yeah.
cleaning up. You
yeah,
know, if they don't know what they're throwing, you know, you better know what you're picking up. And
Yeah.
he agreed.
yep,
And then when I went back there to Handler's brush site, I about passed out.
yeah.
It's like a forest back there.
Oh,
But anyways, I didn't know, like,
Okay.
it's definitely an agriculture thing, you know, with Garth, and like, you know, if I get my pheasant pens, I could lose $20,000 worth of birds, because they eat anything that's green, so I
Yeah, that's-
definitely want
yeah,
to
that's.
slow down, you know, especially along the railroad tracks, it's right across the road from me.
yeah, it is. I didn't realize it was out on that side of town,
That's everywhere.
yeah, oh, it's
It's
everywhere.
in-
Yeah, and like that crick.
It's,
You
Any
know,
kind of crick, any kind of-
Are they gonna be responsible to eradicate that, you know? And these people, they don't even know it's there, and they're mowing right up to it. And
Yeah,
I told Jeff, if you need help, you know, if we have to go door to door,
well, Tom Magus went down along, he just didn't get to the lady right there at the reservoir. But I seen it one day, and I'm gonna be real honest, I forgot to call them back. That's my brother-in-law lives there, that's the one that was so sick. Yeah, it got him last year, I remember that
He
now,
was off work 8 weeks, it took him to recover from us.
yeah,
And I wish you could have seen her face,
yeah.
She was so thankful. She said, why did you stop? And I said, 'cause it's
Yeah.
a concern,
I
and
see
I
it
don't
the
want
other
it spreading, and I didn't
I was there the
want to
other
make sure
morning,
you knew how lethal that stuff is. And she said, oh, I
Yeah.
I think those people need to be
Yeah.
informed.
I know Tom.
And pointed out, because I could see it driving slow, it followed that trip line.
Yeah.
Tim Gore, he's got a force, that needs to be
He
taken
sprayed it.
care of now.
He sprayed it. Tim sprayed his with 2,4-D, and he said it's starting to, he told me yesterday when I talked to him, he said it's starting to go down.
Yeah, it wilts pretty quick.
Yeah.
We sprayed along Road 7 south of Groton for Tim Shum. It was pretty heavy through there, and Tim asked us to do it, so we went ahead and did it.
Did you just use 2,4-D?
Yeah, Garlon, it's our brush killer,
Yeah.
which has got 2,4-D in it,
Yeah.
and Garlon, and it zaps it pretty quick.
He was
I
saying,
know,
crossbow.
Larry told me yesterday that Crossbow, where they've been spraying, didn't even phase it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Our Garlon did. Crossbow didn't phase it?
Yeah, that's crazy. Crossbow kills about everything. That shit's pretty tough.
They have some areas that they've used Roundup,
Yeah.
and said it's still growing where
The town
it
sprayed.
may not have been a heavy.
Commissioner Schumbaum?
It is now in the conference.
For the Putnam County Commissioners, we're having a brief discussion with our landfill manager about poisonous hemlock. We'll wrap that up here shortly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Mike, appreciate it. We're aware of it. Health Department's aware of it. One question that I have is, are the hospitals in the area aware of it?
Yeah. Well, the health department knows the issue probably.
When this guy went into the hospital, they thought it was just allergic to poison ivy.
Yeah.
And that's a good point, whether we should talk to Mark and,
We've already had the conversation with him.
See, our problem is, we got 400 miles of ditches to
if
spray.
there's anything I can do, let me know. I didn't know what department to get in contact with, so.
Well, this is kind of the central point, and, yeah, we're just gonna have to work through, and it might be the best thing if somebody can cut it down right now is,
Well, and you can't do that along CSX. You don't go on their property.
no.
Yeah.
I've already been told to stay
And
off
how
their
to
property.
dispose of it, I think you're gonna have to be careful, burning it.
Yeah.
The residue from the smoke, I think, will,
Could get people sick.
contaminate you also.
Yeah.
When we researched, there's a guy who had it real bad, he sprayed it, and then he said he used a machete, and he buried all the stuff deep.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be another thing, how do you handle it? The public should, we need to let them know, how do you handle this stuff, even after you kill it?
Yeah.
So, the seeds are still there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we
All right,
have.
I want you guys to know, thanks a lot for, letting me talk to you on this, and like I say, if there's anything I can do through the solid waste district, I want this stuff stopped, so.
Okay, Mike.
All righty, I appreciate your time.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, you're welcome, have a good day.
Okay, now we have the Putnam County Commissioners online.
Morning.
Mike Imbrot has left the conference.
Good morning, Putnam County. We have all three commissioners here, as well as Bob George with Soil and Water, and our clerk, Kristen Schulteis. Are all three Putnam County Commissioners on?
Hello?
Hello?
Press star one while they talk to us.
Press star one.
Commissioner Schumbaum?
Has left the conference.
Why?
You accidentally, how you like.
Is there anyone there?
52387, oh, wait, that isn't it.
Do you have the number right there?
Well, wait a minute, what's up here? 5233656.
conference.
3656.
That would be our phone.
Putnam County Commissioners,
It is now in the conference.
Good morning. Are all three of you there? Hello? Go ahead and hit star one, that allows you to be heard.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. There you
All
go.
right, I missed the line that said star one, sorry.
Oh, yeah. So are all three of you there?
We are all three here on one phone.
All right, wonderful. The same thing here, all three of us are here, as well as Bob George from Soil and Water, and Christy Schulteis from,
Here?
from here, she's our clerk.
Yeah, it's from here.
It's not as if she hasn't been picking on us today. So I just let the record reflect that all three commissioners are here from Putnam County, as well as we're here in full attendance in Henry County. So we'll go ahead and if there's no objections, we'll lead off with Bob on our ditches.
You have the floor.
Wonderful.
Okay, you should have the sheet in front of you that shows where we're at the beginning of the year, what we collected for last year's taxes, the actual cost, estimated cost, and then total available, and then we have the percent of the fund, and then the percent to collect, and then Henry County's collection amount and Putnam County's collection amount. Start with the Reese Ditch, which is actually part in Bartlow Township, which is a desolate area. We are doing the usual on a lot of our smaller ditches, the spraying brush, spraying cattails, and of course just the inspection and administrative costs that we have. And the fund's at 8% after our estimates, and so we're going to collect 12% to bring that fund back up. Morgan Ditch is in Pleasant. Its fund is good at 17%, so in Henry County, if the fund is, if we're not going to collect 5% or more, we don't collect anything on those ditches. Let's skip South Turkey Foot, we'll come back and address that animal. 978 is Barber, Maine, which is also in Pleasant Township, and we are doing spraying, cattails brush. The fund is at 13%, so we're going to collect 7%, and you can see the amounts of Putnam and Henry there. The animal I was talking about is South Turkey Foot, which is log jam removals only. As of the actual cost, at the end of last year, we had $93,240 of removing log jams. As of beginning of the year to now, we have $157,000 worth of bills of removing log jams. And we just sent over this morning some pictures of log jams just north of P3, which is it's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from the river, of a very large jam, which the estimate's $100,000 to take out. And we have another large jam between roads 108 and 6 that need to come out. And we have some smaller jam down by Handler, and that doesn't take into effect what we'll have from now till the end of the year. We're constantly in there. We were in one place in January and back at the same place because we had beavers in it. We had beavers knock down 60 trees after we had it cleaned out. So we are just constantly in there.
Beavers?
Yeah. Yep. And they're big.
So it's an ongoing issue. I hate collecting 125%. I have collected 100% plus over previous years because of similar situations. Last year we only collected 30 because the fund was healthy, and I thought we were setting pretty good, but log jams are something that just kind of sneak up on you, and, you know, you look at them, you know, especially South Turkey Foot's got such a large riparian area, it's hard to see, so it's, and they can build up fairly quickly. And the one down down that you have pictures of, it's been building up, kind of going back and forth, and it's just at the point it has to come out, because it's actually blocking during high water times, 4 to 5 foot of water, it'll be holding back, and it takes a while to get out. I'm not sure how much that affects Putnam County's drainage that far away, but it needs to come out.
They are huge, I'm looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
Does the ash tree depth have any contributing factor to this, you say?
Ash tree and cottonwoods aren't a real strong tree either. They like to blow over. And another problem we're having is people that are actually cutting wood or cutting trees. I don't know if it's people that maybe have done some lumbering. And, you know, they go and they cut trees, like they trim trees, top trees. I know we've had some issues with top trees of lumbering. And they just leave them lay, and then when high water time, they'll get in the creek and flow.
Okay.
I'd say the ash trees are
Ash trees are the major problem, and the problem that's really bad is you still see a lot of dead ash trees that are still standing.
Yeah.
More to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
The type of thing that's just going to continue to give.
Yeah.
You know.
I hate collecting this much from landowners, especially, you know, with everything going on, but not much I can do about it. I can't run the funding red either.
Right.
No, they don't want you to.
And I want to keep the water flowing. And the thing with South Turkey Foot, you know, we can't do much to it except this. I always say, well, water's going to come up, it's going to flood, but if it gets away quick,
Yeah.
that's good. You know, that's the positive end of keeping the stream clean.
Right. Okay.
On the ash, just about corn or what, on the Blanchard, we had the ash taken out. I mean,
Oh, no more.
yeah,
There's no way we could go, it would be cost.
on the bank.
It would be cost prohibitive to take all the ash trees, because we have such big riparian areas along this creek.
Yeah.
You know, like with you guys, like with the Blanchard and things like that, a lot of the trees are just like right at the top of the bank and in.
We farm bank to bank.
Yeah.
Down here, we don't have a lot of that flooded area or that marsh area.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Closer you get to the river, the worse that gets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where the beavers are at, it's pretty marshy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were cutting down trees, it's actually on our landfill property, and they were cutting down trees 14, 16 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the tree didn't fully drop, they just moved to another tree until they could get one that dropped, and.
Yeah.
So those are gonna be dead balls that will fall later.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yep, for sure.
Are you about, remove those beavers?
We think they're gone.
There's a trapping season.
Yeah, we did get 2. I don't know how many there are. Supposedly, they have moved on south.
Okay.
Yeah.
Closer to Putnam County.
We're not sure where they're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll show up.
Oh, yeah, they'll show up,
Best thing is to shoot them.
yeah. And our landfill manager saw a few of them, and he said they were just huge. So they're very
40 to
mature.
50 pounders, did it say? 40 to 50 pounders?
Yeah, 40.
Yeah, well, then.
Yeah.
So what, do you need a motion to move forward on this?
Yes, we do. We're in motion.
Commissioner Schlumbaum, Putnam County.
Okay, would there be a second?
I'll second. Hosted.
Commissioner Hosted. Is there any further discussion or questions? Hearing none. Christie, will you call the roll?
Commissioner Myers?
Yes.
Commissioner Hofstad?
Yes.
Commissioner Miller?
Yes.
Plumbaum,
Yes.
Commissioner Lambert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schroeder.
Yes.
Okay, this resolution has been approved. Gentlemen, how's it look, has the fair started?
Yeah. Yeah, we started yesterday.
Okay, are you doing a modified, the junior fair, or what's going on?
Yeah, the rides, some of the shows are not there. Friday, there will be a truck show, which they'll be using the grandstand. And then Saturday, they're gonna have a demo derby. So it's like, yeah, they have the goat show,
Horse show.
and, yeah, horse show, and the sheep show.
Okay.
And, it was, actually more animals than other years. And everything was going good in fact, with the, junior fair. I mean, pretty nice.
Okay, well, good, are the animals staying through the full fair?
The animals are allowed 72 hours.
They're staying all week.
They're staying all week now, they extended that, yeah, last minute they extended.
Okay. Well, you know, most of the guys in the state of Ohio are on Putnam County.
Yeah.
We had an earlier this meeting with the Wood County Commissioners, and they were curious what, we were going to do in Henry County. At this
When is
point,
your fair in Henry County?
it's in August, mid-August.
Oh, okay, okay.
And, the Fair Board is planning, the rides and the carnies are not coming. They use Durant, and they just said they're not even, for what they would have to do, they're not even pulling the stuff out of the barn. They just didn't figure they could make any money on it.
We had 12 vendors there with food.
Okay,
Well, good.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no animals like beavers being killed now.
No.
If you catch one, you can bring it down and show it. Yeah.
We'll release it in Putnam County.
We will. We'll name it and, you know, as dignitaries, you know, visit our country in different, you know, our dignitaries go, they deliver a gift.
Yeah.
We could deliver you
A beaver.
a beaver.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. We do have a guy in Canada that does trap.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
You never do home for him on the Hancock, Putnam County
Yeah.
line.
There you go.
River.
Okay. Now that's, okay, now you also have some ditches?
Yeah, we have one. We have one, you should have gotten a resolution to collect maintenance on the Royal Main Rear Ditch. You should have gotten it.
Yes, we do have.
The ditch is actually in a deficit right now. The total to collect on that is $4,000. The Henry County portion is $1,582.02, and the Putnam County portion is $2,417.98.
Okay. I would make a motion, Hosted.
I'll second Miller.
Thank you. I'll do a roll call vote. For Henry County, Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffett,
Yes.
Commissioner Myers,
Yes.
Putnam County, Commissioner Plumbaum,
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts,
Yes.
and Commissioner Schrader.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Poison hemlock.
Oh, another topic, poison hemlock. What do you?
We heard a little bit of a discussion.
Okay.
I'm familiar with it, but that's about it. You guys got a pretty bad problem with up there?
Well, we have one of our larger dairy farmers, in the county south, kind of the southwest part of the county.
Yeah.
Really concerned. And, even One of the farm operations that I help, they've been out spot spraying, and they have it in a few of their wheat fields that they were going to sell the straw off to this particular dairy farmer. So that's not going to happen. We have it along creeks, we have it along the railroads. It's as far as north, as far as Napoleon.
Road ditches.
Yeah, it's
Edges of communities
amazing.
and communities.
It appears like, it looks like from a distance, Queen Anne's Lace until you get up to it. And there's-
Yeah, I think we have it here too.
Yeah.
One of the farmers, called me, that was to your meeting, and, he noticed it along this cutoff, ditch, in Putnam here, going into Nelson City, just all over there.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah.
On one way.
Widespread.
That's what I heard.
People think.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Vince, because all of a sudden, we probably just didn't recognize what it was until it was brought to our attention.
Yeah.
Yes. And I farmed along the railroad up by, let's say, and look down that railroad, you see that leaf, it's probably 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
And go down the railroad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad stuff.
7 tall. And yeah, it does look like Queen Anne's Lace, and pretty big though.
Yeah.
I'm going to, here for Henry County, I'm going to call the CEO of Henry County Hospital and let her know, as well as, I also know the CEO at Fulton County Health Center, but I think it would probably be a good idea we let our hospitals know that you get somebody in that looks like they may have poison ivy, it may not be.
Yeah.
Right.
Because some of the pictures that you see, if you Google this stuff, you see, it can, nasty, it looks like third degree burn, or
Yeah.
second degree burns where it's just swollen up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
blisters.
Yeah, I got one on my hand, and I was there along that railroad, I wondered what that was, but it's not going away very fast.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
And you know what, even, just
Yeah.
ingesting it, whether you touch it, whether you breathe it, or, for cattle or for livestock, eating it, it just flat out just kills the livestock. So, we wanted you to be aware of it, and we've had a conversation with our health commissioner, with Bob, and, with the railroad.
With the railroad,
Tell
yeah.
them what the railroad said, Bob.
The railroad said, just don't worry about it, we'll take care of it, and you're just lucky we let you cross our tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's CSX.
At CSX. But they're putting crossings in, they're repairing crossings in Handler and in through there. And the other day, I think it was Mike Imbrock told me that they were working right in that stuff. So some of them guys are gonna get sick too. And then maybe the railroad will take it more serious when they find out. They were working right in it, I guess.
Especially if it's their guy.
If it's their guys, yeah. They're contractors.
Well, what happens if I know it's poisonous if you eat it,
Yeah,
and apparently you must get, pretty bad sores if you, touch it.
yeah, and get a rash.
And it's more widespread than, people realize, I believe.
It's all over.
It's all over. I think it's just, it was brought to our attention.
Yeah. They said down in Kentucky it's real bad too.
And one of our farms over there in Henry County,
We let them in.
he has concern too about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see where the dairy farmers would really be concerned.
Yep.
Yeah. Anybody uses,
Especially if it's growing in fields like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
2,4-D shows
Yeah. I think, I
usually spray them and, they're not that hard to kill.
yeah. If they're small, I think that's the thing too, if you get them their first year. What we learned about this stuff is the second year is when it blooms. So we just think it was a real mild winter last year, and a lot of that stuff didn't freeze off. And that's why it's coming back and blooming.
Yeah. Dee, how are you, another topic, how are you doing on what are your plans with your CARES Act money that's coming today?
Oh, yeah, I saw that was coming.
I didn't know we were getting there.
What do you mean, how are we doing with it?
Have you decided what your, it's distributed according, at least this first $350 million is distributed according to the local government fund formula. So, all villages and townships and cities will get a cut of the local government, and the counties, will get 50%.
Do you need me anymore?
No.
Any questions on?
Can I think how many topics of discussion we're up to yet?
Okay, the money's coming today. There is, a webinar with CCAO and the Office of Budget and Management tomorrow to explain how to spend this money. And since it's federal money, you have to comply with the federal, all the federal paperwork. It's like 2 CFR something.
Okay.
We've been working at it for a couple of weeks, more like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we provided CCAO with a draft of our initial guidelines on what funds to use for what. Because there's, like for Ohio EMA, for the fire departments, even for the villages and cities and townships, there's public assistance money that can be used for some stuff. There's the CARES Act money. There is what's called the EMPG supplemental money, and it can all be used for this type of stuff, but you have to understand how, what specifically one will do and the other won't.
Okay.
So if you want to...
Yeah, probably.
And we're also, tomorrow, we will be finishing up, or Thursday, finishing up our guidelines for our small business grant program that you can also use this CARES Act money for. And, once we have that finished up, we will be more than happy to provide that if you're interested. Just let
That
us
would
know.
be fantastic if you could share both of those programs. Whatever you've already done, because honestly, we haven't done anything yet.
Okay. We're trying, all through this COVID thing, we're working with our health commissioner. We've tried to stay about 3 weeks ahead of all this. And there's the commissioners, EMA, and the health commissioner. We spent a lot of time sitting, talking, working through a lot of this stuff. So we will be more than happy to share it. Like I said, the draft went to Cheryl Sutler and John Light at CCAO. I just sent a draft of our one of our how to handle all the different funding to Chris Day at Preble County. So the stuff is getting out. And once we have it finalized, we'll be more than happy, like I said, to share it.
Yeah, you guys are on top of that.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
But we like to use, even though it's our money, we call it other people's money and maximize the use of other people's money.
There you go. I like that term.
Very right.
Yeah, and your EMA director also works closely with ours. And Tracy Bush, our EMA director, it's amazing how he understands these grant programs, understands how to deal with the feds, understands how to deal with the state. And we're very fortunate that he can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anything else for the Henry County Commissioner?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Good talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you guys.
Hopefully we'll be able to see each other one of these days.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye. Yeah, we don't want to entertain,
Well, yeah.
it's not,
Problems?
Glenn sent you back over on it, what's the move?
this is, we've evolved four seasons.
Boy, if you know that, I was just said Ron from being smart aleck.
Different time period.
Huh?
Different time period.
Yeah? Did you study that or something? Did you?
We don't want to run. At the University of Franklin, one of the core classes was everybody goes back to selection, one of the music appreciation, and it said there,
Yeah.
the final was, he was still, the instructor was still using, records.
Yeah?
Human changed.
Yeah,
That was
wow.
cool. But,
Now in the conference.
you went through a number of, all different,
Yeah.
all different genre of music. So when you were dealing with, on a test, you were dealing with a certain period of classical music.
Yeah.
You just pick up, the arm and just drop it on the record. Tell me who this is
Yeah.
and what it is. And that was what the whole final was.
Wow.
It was actually, it was fun.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, I like to listen to the music.
You know, there's, it was a rather unique course for southeastern Kentucky.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, we are at the end of our agenda. Christie, do you have anything else? Okay. Thursday, we have Bob, with the Defiance County Commissioners for, joint ditch meeting as well as a bid opening at 10. We should have, by Thursday, by our meeting, we should have possibly be able to review more of our small business grant program that we're going to use the CARES Act, some of the CARES Act money for.
And that is tomorrow at 12:30. That's what I was looking up on my emails for me.
It's 12:30.
12:30 to 2 o'clock tomorrow, yeah, on the 24th.
They haven't even did any resolutions or anything.
No, we're honestly, I think we are way ahead of a lot of
Oh,
counties.
I'm afraid there's a lot of counties that are just like that, and, you know, send us the money and we'll figure out what to do with it.
And part of it is the state's waiting for the U.S. Treasury to say, well, we can broaden this just a little bit. I think they're also waiting to see what happens to the money.
Yeah.
Because you have many townships and even villages that they have no expense, really no expense.
There, yeah.
But one thing that would help, finding out how much money would be distributed is if they all come under the umbrella, is that the county does the purchasing for everybody. So, for example, I'm going to talk to Mayor Jay and say, Jay, if it's, you have things that qualify, here's the forms you fill out, how the approval process, we will take care of the federal paperwork to satisfy the Office of Budget and Management. And that's where I think the big thing will mess the smaller governments up. Not understanding how to to navigate the federal, what's required to fulfill the federal grant.
And then with that money, if it's not spent by, December 31st, then we gotta send it back?
Yeah, it comes back to Kevin on October 15th. If it's requested and say,
So these
Ridgeville Township requests their money.
Yeah.
And they don't spend any, then it has to come back by the 15th, and then it's redistributed again. But if, you know, you look at the fire departments, you look at the EMS, it came under the umbrella of the county and the state that provided them the PPEs, provided sanitizer, and different things. So
Too bad we weren't buying our radios when this happened. Broaden our, it's too late, it's just a statement. But boy, I bet we could've squeezed it.
we may have been able to.
We might, you know what, think about it. Communications
But still, we did pretty well on.
We're getting a lot of stuff here that.
And I'm still happy that we were in a cash position.
Yeah.
That we could do this for the county. You know, there's still some snarling and gnashing of teeth here and there because we didn't do. But all you've heard since you were commissioner is
communications, is service, And the other day, Nick and I was in there, and that's why I was late coming in here. He said, I went to a Chiefs meeting last night, and he goes, not one word was brought up. There wasn't an hour and a half spent on communications. He goes, that's the first one since I've been. I said, well, it would be the first one that I would have gone to that there was, they would spend
sometimes it was the whole Chiefs meeting.
Oh my God. It was terrible.
You know, hour and a half, 2 hours of, it was just over
and over again,
You know, when I was campaigning, Doug Powell, when I was out at his house, put a sign in his yard, he says, you know, they've had a accident on F1 in the county line, the Wood County line. He said, I have never been able to talk with a portable, to talk to the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
He said, no problem. He said, I heard everything.
Yeah.
He said, I heard the medic coming from, Nathan.
Yeah.
Schwiebert was on duty, so I think he came with their chase. With their chase, left handler with their chase vehicle.
Yeah.
And he said, I was able to talk to Nathan and he was.
It's amazing when it works, that's for sure. And that was, I was gonna tell you guys when I came in here, and then we switched to another subject because I was late that morning. And that's what he was telling me. He said everything was good. And I said, wow, that's a first. That's a first for me, and I'm in my 12th year, so.
And Jeff, we knew going into the project is that the system wasn't going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Is that, one, you're not gonna penetrate the walls of the courthouse. But the sheriff was happy. And what's interesting is the old 150 megahertz system works through the walls.
Yeah.
Really, really strange. So the sheriff was happy to be able to, because they're gonna be talking to the dispatcher. Anyway, and the dispatcher's going to ask for assistance from PD or
whatever they need, whatever's available.
So, we knew you could talk from areas that you never had been able to talk before. An area with some problem yet that can be easily resolved. Fort County School, buried inside the school, right? Pretty deep in the school. And it's far enough from the Fulton County Tower, it's far enough from our tower, plus going through all that steel and masonry. Northwest State is kind of experiencing the same thing. Ridgeville Township, I believe, the last I knew, was looking at what is going to help resolve that.
Yeah, it was out at the colleges where they were having their most problems, I think, and they go out there a lot. That's a big item for them.
And there's some places here in Napoleon, but we were very clear that part of what we were providing was the beginning of the overall solution, is that there may be necessary for the communities to come up and step up in helping situations, or continue to operate the way it is, because it was really overall no worse in some areas than it was before. It's just, what is our confidence? So I haven't checked, have you talked to Nick about, has anybody paid?
No, I haven't,
Because he was
no.
supposed to bill them.
Yeah.
And, there were some townships that were just going to pay the full amount right up front, just get it over with. Yeah, so I
don't know why they would, I wouldn't. They use the county's money as long as we can.
Exactly, interest-free for 10 years.
Yeah,
2 payments a year.
yeah.
Christie, if you don't have anything else, Jeff?
I have 2 things. We were invited to ribbon cutting in Oklahoma on Thursday. Do we want to go to that? It's at 10:30.
What is it?
The Red Barn is.
Oh, Red Barn, yeah. Well, if we're
We're at
invited.
10 o'clock in time. We could be there at 10:30 if you want to.
Oh, yeah, yeah, we can go, yeah.
And the other thing is I did text Mayor Brubaker of Hamler. I got the information on the buildings that you were asking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is it that?
It's 3 buildings. Kleins is 1.
Oh, okay,
The bowling alley is number 2.
okay,
And then he said the house next to the bank, what do you call it, Top Knot? You probably know it better than me.
yeah, right here. This is the one,
So there's 3 buildings on that.
that's the house next to the bank. There's Klein's Cove Keg is right there.
Okay.
They applied for something?
For that money, there's 3 projects in there, so.
Huh. I don't know what they'd be doing. Okay, and then, the bowling alley is right. Nope, that's the. No, don't do that. Vast Legacy Estate.
Is that the one?
Yeah, I think that's the bowling
Might
alley.
be,
Okay.
yeah, because they're on the corner of Allen and Randolph, that's Jeff, or Dan Brubaker.
Yeah, this is Dan Brubaker here. Yeah, well, insurance company. And then, yeah, it's right next to Dan, isn't it? Yeah, between Dan and this is the Legion.
That's the Legion.
Yeah, so it's in between there, yeah, that one. It's that one. And the bowling alley, yeah. See, that's Heidi that owns that.
Heidi Pinkham.
Bingham, yeah, and she came to town and bought the bowling alley. This was before you.
Yeah.
And then she also bought the pizza place out there on, it's over here. It's right over here someplace. Anyhow.
Right on 109 there?
Yeah, right on 109 there, yeah, Clubhouse Pizza. She bought both of them at the same time, and she's having a hell of a time making ends meet, because that bowling alley was a dump, and she really did it there. Although I did talk to her 3-4 weeks ago when I ordered some pizza one night, and I said, "How's business?" And she goes, "I'm double this year than what I was last year at this time, because everybody's buying carryout, and she's got a great carryout business there, so she does a good job, so.
Okay, anything else, Jeff?
That's all I have.
Okay, wonderful. Bob?
Yeah, we had FOC meeting yesterday afternoon. In the morning, I got a call, and, and Dennis Sullivan wanted to explain to me what was going on. Lucas County, well, let's back up a little bit. Normally at our FOC meeting in July is when we bid how many beds we want. According to our operating agreement, every year we have to say Henry County will take 37 beds. Well, about 5-6 years ago, Judge Collier said, get rid of some of those beds. There's no sense in you paying all that. We don't use them all. So I went there and I said, I don't want this many. Well, that's tough. Does anybody else want Henry County, one or two of Henry County's beds? Nope. So we're stuck with them because it's in the operating agreement. Well, now Lucas County comes along and says, we want less beds. They got 203, they want to go down to 86 or something like that. And now we're falling all over them because, I'm not going to say it on there. But,
Yeah, probably.
yeah, like that. So long story short, we did find out in that meeting, what we're gonna do is is write a memorandum of understanding, a 1-year MOU with Lucas County, that'll let them go down to 186 for 1 year, and then we have to, the board will revisit it every year after that, if we okay it or not. We are losing PRC, those are parole violators, that the state of Ohio has rented beds from, from our jail. The state of Ohio, by God, is out of money, so that's gonna end in June. At the end of June, the PRC, they'll leave their prisoners there for another 6 weeks, but they're gonna quit paying, which is good. The state of Ohio does stuff like that, because they're out of money.
Do Rob and Jim know that?
Well, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, and Craig Riedel?
Yeah, I have to call them guys yet. I might have to call Jim and tell him, PRC. And along with that then, we also get a $75,000 a year to be in the, that other program, what is it, Christie? The one that I do. Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah, that program.
Yeah.
Yeah, for F5s.
Yeah, for F5s, to keep them out of prison, we get $75,000 a year, 2 years at a TCAP, yeah. And I heard yesterday that there's a good possibility that since PRC is going away, the TCAP will go away too, so we'll probably lose that funding.
My opinion is, the money goes away, the prisoners go away.
Well, with the PRC, I gotta call Dennis back, and I'm glad you said something, because I will call Dennis back before I leave here today.
Why
yeah.
should we eat the cost?
Yeah.
They're not paying full rate anyway.
No, they're not paying full rate, no. Our per diem is like $72 and some change a day. They pay $68. But he says we have to keep some of them because, and I can't remember how it was, but they won't pay for them because we owe them some bed time or something. And that might have been what he was talking about. And if that's what he was talking about, okay, I can understand that. But if they're just going to leave them there because they don't have any money, well, prove that.
Yeah. Does like Lucas County?
Yeah.
We're gonna fill that in with federal?
Yeah. So what he's gonna do, what his plan right now is, cut those beds back, lose the PRCs. What we're going to do, since we're having a problem hiring guards right now and keeping the shifts all full, we can close down a unit, and that'll be 5 personnel for that unit. And so, he said I won't have to fire anybody or lay anybody off. Because I said, you sure you want to lay some guy? He goes, no. He said, this will just cover all the other shifts so that so we can fill in our shifts, yeah. So he said, right now, it won't have personnel in it. But he said, shutting it down electricity-wise and food-wise and so on and so forth, it would save us some money. And then he said, he already contacted the U.S. Marshals, and we could fill some of that in with U.S. Marshals. So that'll be... and then, after 1 year, when we revisit this with Lucas County, if they want to stay down then, and then that's when Pete did sit up and he goes, well, just fill it with U.S. Marshals then too, and he goes, fill it up. And Pete's actually concerned about how this thing stays afloat. I know why he wants less beds. He don't want to pay for them. They're hand to mouth.
Yeah. What are they doing with their people? Just kicking them loose.
Let them loose,
Put them on,
yeah, just tell the judges not to be so strict.
Would, for the long term of the jail, a unit that shut down, could that be used for women?
I thought Dennis was gonna say something about, well, I'm gonna put that, but he said I'm gonna, when we get back to where we can start hiring again and where we can fill it up, he said, we'll file and we'll just fill it with, by then we'll know if they wanna continue with this MOU, this memorandum of understanding. We don't wanna let them drop beds because by statute, not by statute, but by the operating agreement, the jail's been there since 1990,
Right.
and so it's 20, a little over, well, it'll be 30 years old now, 30 years old. We're in our 6th operating agreement, and I've been on 2 of them, changing them, so we don't want to change the operating agreement again. He said, we don't want to go, that's very expensive to do that, time consuming, and it's a lot of, and just for this, and he goes, and we don't know, you know, how Lucas County, we know isn't building a new jail. Of course, they're using a lot of these, beds like we have in Bowling Green, those, CBCF. They got some federal money to do that. That's where they're putting a lot of their people in CBCFs. That thing is in Bowling Green that you were on, or Tom was on that.
Tom's on that.
Are you on that?
For
One?
the
No,
juvenile.
I think he dropped off, didn't
Yeah, Tom's off, that's right. Tom doesn't know that.
Henry County's on
Yeah,
that.
no, that's right. Somebody else is going to that meeting now, yeah.
I thought it might be Fulton County.
Yeah, I think Fulton County took it for a while, because Henry County had it, the whole time Tom was here, he was on that.
Yeah,
So-
because Tom mentioned that he thought it was time for a change.
Yeah, right.
And I think Billy Ribnow got
I think so, yeah.
selected.
So-
Was that a joint that was a joint commission.
Yeah, right, right, yes, it is. So anyhow, that's where we're sitting right now. I am gonna call Dennis back and ask him about those PRC offenders. I'm glad you brought that up. I'll call him back, and that's all I had.
Well, you know, the US Marshal pays
Better.
92.
Yeah, like in the 90s, for what we're paying 72 for, so we only have to take on a few extra feds to cover up the loss.
Did they quit bringing them because of the COVID, or did that back to, was that something else?
We couldn't take any for a while. We are open, our jail is open, but we're on a red list right now because we had one guy, or one prisoner, I don't know if it was a man or woman, tested positive, so we can't take any to prison for a while yet. We got maybe another couple weeks,
Okay.
and then, but,
I didn't know if that was back to normal.
yeah, that's pretty well back to, we were completely back to normal till that one tested, and so, and also, CCNO furnishes a lot of transportation, like going to prisons and stuff, and we're gonna stop one run a day up to Toledo. I think that was gonna go out of this too, and that was part Dennis said, well, we're gonna have to cut that one trip out, and Pete did say, oh, hell, they can just stay here overnight, pick them up the next day. He goes, they don't always have to sleep in their home. So
Pete's being a little flexible.
yeah, well, we're doing something for him. He's always flexible, we're doing something for him.
Absolutely, yeah.
So-
It's just, it's fun to mess with him.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
On this phosphorus stuff.
Yeah.
I had him on the ropes one day.
Yeah.
He says, well, at least you got to give him something.
Yeah. But he's not a stupid person, he understands that, but I think he's spent his life doing this begging. But then one other thing that, oh shoot, it went away. There was another thing involved in it, I can't remember what it was, but it was for the good of the cause, so. And I know what it was. Right now, you see, we used to have a rule that if you went over your bed allotment, like if we went to 38, we paid for bed number 38, plus we paid a 15% penalty. And that went into a fund, and then that 15% penalty got split up amongst everybody. So that helped our per diem, as long as we stayed below. Well, when this all happened a couple of years ago at Toledo, and it was a cluster, and some of them didn't pay it, and so we decided, let's just do away with that. And that was Pete's idea, let's do away with it. Because he said, why should we fine each other? We're in this thing together. And, well, Dennis Sullivan...
He was gonna come out pretty good.
Yeah, you darn right, he's gonna come out good on that. So, yeah, he's real accommodating when it's helping him out. Well, then, but he does give, though, he'll give.
He does.
So then, yesterday, Dennis Sullivan says, but I think we're gonna have to, well, he didn't, Brian Davis brought it up. He goes, let's reinstate that to 25%. a penalty if you go over. He said, we have to kind of keep an eye on, every county is responsible how many people they put in there. They shouldn't go over their bed allotment. And if they only go to 186, they could go over their bed allotment. That's the one I'm concerned about them. And Defiance is over 10 all the time. This is gonna cost Defiance a bunch of money. Well, right away Pete says, well, I don't think we should fine each other, but, well, you know, if you guys, you know, yeah. So it's gonna go to the meeting tomorrow morning, to the full board. Full board action, yeah.
You know, my opinion, Bob, I don't see an issue with letting them drop back to 186 and reviewing it every year.
Every year, yeah.
Because we have an alternative.
Yeah.
That pays much better.
Yeah, well, and Pete did say that, he goes, you know, that does pay better, and Dennis was concerned about a few things there, but anyhow, yeah, but we're getting figured out. These people must sit around all day looking, you figuring out how to do this. Dennis Sullivan and Tanya, those two can figure this stuff out. Jeez.
You know, they're doing the same thing that we do
Yeah.
next door in the EOC. We sit down and they
Yeah.
talk this stuff through.
You know, where can we get our most money? And,
Yeah.
well, we got the building, and I told him, I said, we aren't gonna let that sit empty for more than a year, are we? And he goes, oh, no. And he said, we'll fill it as soon as I can start hiring. And as soon as they wanna do it again, he said, we'll fill it with heads.
Yeah, because we had talked about some years ago, well, when we were, the first round with Lucas County with the new mayor.
Yeah.
Of possibly drug rehab for women.
For women. And I actually thought that's where he was going. He said, I'd have some bed, but when the feds are paying like they are, let somebody else worry about that,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And being able to shut down a unit.
Yeah.
That because we can't staff it.
Because we can't staff, that's,
financially
yeah.
be all right, that's.
Yeah.
That's a good position to be in.
Yeah. Right now,
There's a severe shortage of housing for women, in the state, as well as, drug rehabilitation type places specifically for women. And we talked about, who was the mayor that, I can see his face, I just don't remember his name, that passed away.
He was the one that had the heart attack.
Mike Collins?
Mike Collins, yeah.
Mhm.
He was a decent guy.
Yeah, when this whole hurrah started about, you know, Toledo's gonna quit paying.
Yeah.
And all things, so, the CCNO was talking about possibly reinventing themselves, what could they do, and, I still think it may be a good direction to go, except now we didn't have the availability of the federal prisoners, now we do, and fill that gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call Dennis and find out about that. I think he says because we owe him time, but that's a good question though. You know, why should we pay for it? Let the state pay their own bills. Because they don't, you know, when they needed us for this PRC, they come begging, you know, well, you know, you gotta do this for us and give it to us for a cheaper price. When we ask back, then they just say no.
Ryan's also represents Defiance County, doesn't he?
No, it's, Plotz. Gary Plotz right now.
Jeff for Fulton County.
Jeff is for Fulton County.
Is Brian's the chair now? Brian Davis?
No, Sheriff, Roy Miller.
Oh, right, okay, Fulton County.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for all the years that there was in existence, a sheriff was always the president of the board, because the jail doesn't have that much to do with the commissioners. It's the sheriff's baby, you know. So they always, and it was always a sheriff. It was John and I for many years, and then it was Dave from Defiance County.
Trustee.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, they didn't want a sheriff in there, they wanted one of the commissioners in there, and then I was president of the board for a very short time, and then Brian Davis thought that he could do that a lot better than me, so he wanted to be in there, and he wanted to stay on, and it came down to one vote, and it was my vote. Sheriff Miller goes in there, because, and I said, no, I'll vote no on that, and I said, the reason being, we need a sheriff in charge of this, we trust these, or the commissioner's got nothing to do with this. Brian was pissed for a while, he got over it.
Oh, yeah, he does.
I didn't care, those were my feelings, so.
All right, thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
I really don't have anything other than, there's that webinar tomorrow at 12:30.
Yeah, I should be able to be here.
Is it 12:30 or 12?
It was 12:30.
I would look it up on my phone, but then I get harassed for doing that, so.
Have you noticed we haven't heard the call to arms or?
A little bit ago, I turned it down.
No.
12:30.
Is it 12:30? Okay.
And we can, be on one of the big screens in the EOC as well as we can put it up on here. I think we have.
CCA?
Well, it's really the invite was sent of CCAO, but it's really Office of Budget Management.
So that's gonna tell us more about this money we're getting, right?
Possibly.
Okay.
That, there are final guidelines out, so.
Okay. And my meeting's at 9:30, so I should be able to be here by 12:30. Good Lord, I hope it won't take that long.
And we've already, Tracy and I already put some questions together and sent it to CCAO to see if we could get answers before.
Okay.
And the answers did come back, but I don't remember what it
Okay.
said.
We may
So
be.
we're keeping them on their toes.
We may be one of the few counties that's asking the way it sounds,
Yeah.
especially amongst the smaller counties.
Mhm.
Because Pete, just the way Pete said it, but like I say, he cut out a couple times and he said, can't spend it anyhow, don't know what we're gonna do with it or something like that. See, and weren't they one of the big ones? No, weren't they one of the big ones? They weren't.
No, because their population's what, 300?
That's right.
Less than 400,000, and it was
500, yeah, right. So he's in the same boat we're in. Basically, he got that money, yeah.
Yeah, because it's very possible.
Of course, that's,
On round two, it could be upwards to 1.9,
Yeah,
maybe $2 million that would come to the county. And if that happens, with this grant program, we could expand it out to the larger companies.
yeah.
And,
Yeah. Well, everybody lost money on this thing. I know that just like across the road here, I didn't realize it. I thought they'd never stop, but they had guys laid off. I don't know how many. We never talked about it, to be real honest, but he said, we had some laid off for a while.
Did they get some of the payroll protection money?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask him that.
I would be curious. It wouldn't be round one. You were real lucky if you got in round one.
Yeah,
Round two was.
Yeah.
The feds kind of got themselves together on that.
Yeah.
And so it was more robust and more readily available.
Well, they're talking about another stimulus check now. Good Lord.
Yeah, the tourist industry is talking about, could you give people $4,000 credit
To go on vacation.
That's for your taxes, isn't it supposed to be something on your taxes?
Yeah, it would be a credit on your tax.
I'm gonna go somewhere.
Yeah. We have to go out of state. We're not far from the Michigan line.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe I better keep track of my expenses when I go to
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Yeah. All right, that's all I've got. I think this is kind of been so far, start out one of the better weeks. So I'm excited about this grant program and,
Yeah.
and I think here's another opportunity for all the governmental units, townships, villages, city, to cooperate together to maximize
Right,
our CARES Act money.
yeah. To maximize what we can get, that's our job, so.
So, with that said, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, Christie?
Jeff Myers?
Yes.
Mr. Hopper?